Yo, what's up? So today I'm going to be giving you some pro tips and tricks for the new update, and that involves the museum mostly. And yeah, I've got tons of stuff to show you. Definitely make sure you watch this entire video because there is so much information that is like really important, especially if you're trying to maximize your multipliers in the museum. It's actually really crazy. Definitely make sure you leave a like, you subscribe. Sometimes you give out a game pass, so definitely subscribe for that if you want. And let's jump straight into this. So obviously head over to the museum, which if you didn't know, by the way, there is a fast travel on the right side of the gate there, so make sure you click on that. Now, of course, when you first enter the museum, you are gonna have to buy some of this stuff. I think you do get some of these for free, but if you played really early in the update, you actually got basically all of it for free, which is pretty crazy. Like, I know this exotic one cost 10k shards, and then this mythic was like 5k shards, but if you played like really early in the update, there was like a bug where you could get everything for free. So if you played really early on, then congratulations on that. You save yourself a lot of shards. But if you're playing it later on, you do need to spend shards on some of these really big ones, like the exotic and the mythic mainly. Now, first of all, obviously, there is the commons, the uncommons, and then over here's legendaries, 2 mythics, 1 exotic, and then we've got the rares and the epics on this side. Now, you might be thinking, why are some of the cases bigger than other cases? And that is because this has a higher weight. And that's actually pretty crucial when putting stuff in your museum, because if you didn't know, it's not just about putting items inside the museum, it's also actually putting the best of your items sort of in the museum as well. Like, don't just put any item in there. I mean, you can when you're first starting out, but you want to aim towards getting like really high weighted items, because if you didn't know, inside the museum, the higher the weight of the item, the better the stats it will give you. So for example, you know, this gives me a 0.12 look and also a modifier boost of 0.02. I guarantee you, if this was half the weight, it would go down to like 0.6, which I'll actually give you some scenarios. One really fast way you can do this, like for example, which by the way, my museum isn't fully set up. Don't worry, I will be making a video on like the best like museum loadout eventually. So for example, maybe I'll go with this cobalt. Actually, no, I don't think I have many of those in my inventory actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, no, I do. I have loads. Okay, good. Yeah, this is a good scenario. So as you can see, this cobalt right here, which let me just clear out my hotbar. So if I take this out, this one is actually 9 kg. Okay. So if you search an item in your inventory, obviously, this is the epic slot, so you need an epic in here. You can actually click weight/perfection, or you can click value. I think weight/perfection is probably better. And it will give you your highest weighted item in order all the way down to like your lowest weighted item. Now, this is a really good feature because you'll be able to like basically get your best of that item, if you know what I mean, which makes it really easy when selecting what to put inside the case. Now, I've actually got 2 here. So this is my highest weighted cobalt, but also I have this iridescent cobalt, which is slightly less weight, but it might be better stats because it does have a modifier. So let's quickly test this out. So this is a 0.02, and then this 9 kg one is oh, actually, look, it doesn't even have a look, which does go on to my next point, by the way, is obviously make sure you're putting really high weighted items in there, but you also want to get, you see how there's like an iridescent there and then an iridated one there, and then over here there's like a scorching one. These are called like modifiers. Basically, you always want to make sure, if you can, that you're putting a modifier in there because you actually get extra stats towards your like museum multiplier in the bottom left. And this is a really good scenario that I'm showing you right here. So look, if I take this one out, so this cobalt, I'm only getting dig speed, but because this cobalt has the iridescent modifier on it, I'm actually going to be getting 2 stats at the same time. So I'm getting the dig speed and I'm also getting an extra look. So as you can see, like, you want to make sure that you're getting really high weight with a modifier so you can get more stats, if you know what I mean. It's like really OP if you do like that combination, and you want to do it with every single case that you've got in your museum, because trust me, it does add up. And this museum update is like really OP, so you really want to maximize this so you can get loads of exotics and mythics and stuff. I mean, here's a really good scenario with my void stone right here. So I have a 0.35 look, capacity, pretty much the same, modify boost, all that. If I search up void stone in my inventory, which obviously this is the exotic slot, which I think this void stone is the only exotic I actually have in my inventory. So let me just bring out every single exotic I've actually got, which is all my void stones, obviously. So let's bring this one out. Now, as you can see, this iridated void stone, it has a modifier on it, and it's actually 5 kg. So clearly this one's going to be the best. But just look at the difference. So 0.35, I'm going to take that off, and I'm just going to put like this one on. which doesn't even have a modifier. And look, it's 0.15. I mean, it's a massive decrease. You know what I mean? Even that one's really low. And that one is, well, that's actually the worst one. That's insane. That's a 0.09. Bro, that's terrible. But if I put that one in, that is a 0.35. I mean, the 0.09 compared to that 0.35, that is a massive jump. That's actually insane. Now, a really good tip as well is I would actually highly recommend. Now, I guess this depends on the person, like who you ask, but in my personal opinion, I would focus on the basics, right? So I would focus on getting like luck, capacity, and I guess like shake and dig strength if you want to go the extra mile. But to be honest, I'm mainly going to be focusing on getting extra luck and extra capacity. Like I said, this museum is not fully set up, by the way, so don't be copying what you're seeing right here because this will be entirely redone. I just wanted to quickly make this video before I start working on my like the best museum video. So definitely focus on capacity and luck. That is definitely what you want to go for. Now, one thing I really noticed about the Prismara, by the way, is the Prismara, by the way, this is with the Void Torn modifier. So if you don't have this modifier, I think you'll get less. I don't know which ones it will take away, but you get dig strength, luck, capacity, and shake strength. Bro, that's literally perfect right there. All four of those is absolutely amazing. That's with the Void Torn Prismara. So definitely make sure you get that mythic if you can. It's really, really OP. I can't lie. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure the Void Torn in particular, it actually gives you two extra like stats. So as you can see, usually an item, if it's like just default with no modifier or anything, usually it'll give you like one, I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess it depends because actually this common has only one. I think the mythics give two, but without that Void Torn, I'm pretty sure it would go down to only two stats. So let's see if I can get another Prismara just to show you this. So this one's got no modifier. So let's take this one off real quick. So there we go. I just took it off. Oh, no, wait. Actually, I think I'm wrong. Oh, I thought the reason it had 4 of these stats was because of the Void Torn, because I was told apparently the Void Torn multiplier gives you 2 additional extra stats. So unless this is bugged, I don't know. I thought that's how that works, but apparently not. Because like, this is just a regular Prismara with no modifier, and it's still giving me all 4 of the stats, which is interesting. So that just goes to show you. So the Prismara is just really, really OP then. But by the way, look at the difference between that Prismara and the one I'm about to put on. So everything's 0.05. Let's swap it for this really good one with Void Torn. And boom, look, the stats just went up massively. Now, next up, I'm going to show you some screenshots that people have very kindly sent me on Discord. So appreciate you guys. Basically, some absolute legends on the game. They've gone through every item to see what stat, because every item has a set like stat that it'll give you. So let's say the Lapis Lazuli right here, it'll give you dig speed. And like the Jade will give you a modify boost. And that basically guarantees it with like every single of that item pretty much. Also, like the meteoric iron will give you like shake strength. So what people have gone ahead and done is they've actually figured out which item gives you like which stats. So if I actually head over to the commons, I'll start with the commons, and you can screenshot this if you want, because this will really help you out when trying to build like the best loadout. So these are the commons, which obviously you can place down in these 3 right here. So apparently the pyrite gives you capacity, silver gives you shake speed, copper gives you size boost, gold gives you cell boost, blue ice gives you dig speed. I'm not going to read them all out because this is going to take years, because I'm going to go through literally every single rarity in the game. But yeah, as you can imagine, try and maximize this as much as possible, because this is pretty OP with this screenshot. Like I said, I'd recommend capacity and luck, if anything. But my next video should be about like the best loadout for the museum. So I'm just showcasing you this now, just in case you want to get like ahead of the curve, if you know what I mean. So here's the uncommon screenshot. Basically, we'll just, you know, show you every uncommon ore in the game and tell you what it will give if you place it in a case, which obviously make sure you're getting a really high weight. Make sure you got a multiplier on them. So there's for the uncommons. You can place 3 uncommons here. Next up, let's head over to the rares, which is actually on the other side of the room. So let me head over there real quick. So this is the rares. So as you can see, by the way, some of this may change because the admins, they did actually say that like ores and stuff are subject to change. So if you're seeing this in the future, then possibly the admins might have changed things around. I don't know. So do keep that in mind. But if you're watching this video kind of recent, this stuff should be pretty accurate. See, like the meteoric iron shake strength, which yeah matches up to there. The Jade says a modify boost, which matches up to there. And then the Lapis is a dig speed. Does that match up as well? Lapis, yep, dig speed, yeah. So it's pretty accurate right now, unless the admins change it in the future. I don't know. And then here is the epic stuff. So the Iridium, or however you say it, dig speed, you know, ash vine, size boost, golden pearl, capacity, cobalt, dig speed, opal, shake speed. I mean, it's all on there. Let's just see if it matches up. So the osmium, size boost, yep. And the cobalt, that should be, where is that? Dig speed, yeah. Okay, so it's all matching up, so that's good. And then let me quickly move on to the legendaries as well. So this is what the legendaries are looking like. Because the thing is, this is really good because you can customize this however you like. I mean, I know how I'm going to build my museum. It's going to be kind of capacity and look based sort of thing. But if you want to go for like speed, or maybe you want to go for like size boost or cell boost or something, or like shake and dig speed, you can surely customize this however you like, which I guess is really, really cool. So depending on your play style, I suppose you can do whatever you like. But yeah, this is for all the luck. No, sorry, for all the legendaries, I mean. That's what I meant to say. So there's all the legendary ores, and let's move on to the mythics as well. So here are the mythics. Pink diamond, luck, painite, size boost, influme, luck, vortescence, capacity, mithril, shake strength. The prismara actually gives you luck plus capacity plus dig strength plus shake strength. So the prismara is so OP. I can't lie. You've got to have a prismara on. It's all the mythics on there. It just tells you what it is, what it gives you. I'm placing it in a case. And then finally, the exotic right here. Now, whoever sent me this stuff on Discord, which actually a lot of people did. This is just one I screenshotted from the messages. So shout out to you. But I didn't get all the exotics, and I can't really test them out myself because I've only got void stones in my inventory. But the void stone gives you luck and capacity. The dinosaur skull gives you size boost plus cell boost, and the other exotics, well, actually, I guess there's only one exotic we're missing, I suppose. The cryogenic artifact. I don't actually know what that one gives you, and I can't even test it out myself because I don't have one in my inventory. Wait, is there only 3? I'm pretty sure there's actually only 3 exotics in the game, right? Or is there more? I can't remember. How many exotics are there? There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so there's only 3. Okay. So we're only missing 1 anyway. If you've got the cryo or the cryonic artifact, let me know what stats it gives, because yeah, I need to add that to my little list there. Now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned everything. Obviously just to recap, make sure you're focusing on the weight of the item, the modifier of the item. It really does add up. Use those screenshots that I've shown you. Try and build up a good like loadout, whatever you're going for, whether it's capacity or luck or whatever. Try and combine everything. Or maybe you don't want to go for a specific thing. Try and make everything kind of balanced. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a bit of luck over here, a bit of capacity over there. Dig speed, shake speed. A nice balance would probably be ideal, to be fair. Just a bit of everything. But yeah, appreciate you for watching. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned everything. If you made it all the way to the end and I maybe have forgotten something, please do write it in the comments, because, there is potential that I probably forgot to mention something, although I don't think so, but maybe. I'm sure when I'm editing this, I'm going to realize I forgot something, but if I have forgotten anything important, please do write it in the comment section. Obviously, I make these tips and tricks videos to like help people out, so you can provide any extra information, that would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, appreciate you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Definitely subscribe, by the way. Okay, bye bye, have a good day.